I was working as an insurance agent.
It was really hard finding a job without a degree.
The job I currently have, I thought that somewhere down the road they might require a degree.
That business closed, and there were no other job opportunities with the same income level in this small community.
I'm a criminal justice major, so I want to be a police officer.
I had initially started in a 2-year college with the intention to pursue a 4-year degree. Met my husband.
I am a computer technician at Waseca High School. I've been there for 15 years.
I'm doing a 2-year program, computer network security.
I've been raising children for a long time. It's time for something new.
The dream at that time that I thought I wanted to pursue wasn't as practical anymore.
I had heard about the online programs through a course that my daughter had taken.
I researched online when I found out that the job I was at I might need a couple years of school.
The desire to go back to school and continue that learning has always been there, but it's kind of been more of a buried desire.
30 years ago, one of my goals was to be a nurse.
I knew I wanted to come back to Altry, but I wanted to come back doing medical transcription. I wanted to come back at a higher pay.
So I finally decided I was going to go back and work full-time.
Since I work full-time, 40 hours a week or sometimes more, it was just easier for me because being a traditional on-campus student was really not an option for me.
I chose online classes because it was easier for me to finish school quickly, finish that year quickly, and I wanted to get all my English credits out of the way.
I still needed to be able to work part-time, work on the ranch.
Online was really the only option I wanted to consider.
So I did a search and found through Minnesota Online that there was a program available for nursing.
So the online option was really something that worked for me.
I like learning at my pace, being able to go faster if I wanted to, slow down a little bit if I needed to.
For me it worked better because I had 2 kids in college and I really didn't want to drive to college every day, and the closest town was 65 miles away.
I thought, wow, that'd be a great opportunity for me to be able to stay home, not have to commute in the winter, take care of it online, get my credits.
Minnesota Online fit the need that I had for continuing education. Allowing me to do it evenings whenever I'm available was really what drew me there.
I occasionally milk on a Sunday, but my husband is the farmer and the kids. I chose human resources because it had a lot of classes that I was kind of interested in. I had been raising a family for many years, and I just wanted something totally new.
30 years ago, what I listed as one of my goals was to be a nurse. So I decided to go back to my first love. Then I had to decide, where can I put this that I can still do things around the house? So I converted my laundry room into my office.
It's really been a great thing to be able to just be in my own home and turn the computer on when I want and to take my classes when I want to.
I did try very hard to set aside a certain amount of time to work on the classes, but once in a while you would still have to answer the phone or get supper on for the family. All those reasons, that's why I was taking online classes.
When the kids have something going on at school, I've been free to just go there and do that. I've also had part-time jobs.
It just allowed me for that flexibility that would not have been there in a traditional classroom.
It just gives me so much flexibility to do the other things that are important to me. The instructors have been very good. The classes I've especially enjoyed have been the writing classes. I have an instructor right now who's been doing some taping for us.
In the next line, he calls it another name, a foster child. Thou foster child of silence and slow time.
I've also enjoyed the psychology, the sociology.
My instructor knew what he was talking about.
The teachers were really great. They were really helpful.
He'll get back to you quickly with any concerns you had about the class.
You have a local campus to go to when you need to and if you need to.
If you want to pursue additional higher education, it's just so easy, whether it's to go on to a 4-year undergrad bachelor's degree or even as go on to graduate school somewhere.
Everything's been done online for Minnesota Online.
Communications with the professors were online.
I've applied for financial aid
You can pay your tuition online.
Assignments were handed in online.
Ordered my books through the bookstore that have come to my home.
I've registered for classes.
If you can believe it or not, I took a speech class online.
We did have on-campus requirements as well since I was in the nursing program, and that maybe is a little different than some other online programs.
You do the coursework and you videotape your speeches in front of your own audience.
Assignments were given online.
Take a test and you submit it and you see your grade right away.
Everything has been done there. I haven't had to make a trip out of my home.
Instant gratification.
When I first started, I had so many questions.
Yes, you can apply right online.
There was a Minnesota online call center.
From the paraprofessional training all the way up to master's degree programs.
And I called them a lot. I would say, what does this mean? And they would walk me through the steps.
They were really friendly and they were right there to help you.
They were there well into the evening, which was when I was doing most of the classes. I could call them and say, how do I find this? How do I access that?
And now when I run into a problem, I take up the telephone and I dial that 800 number and Sue answers my questions and gets me on the right track or points me in the right direction.
Well, thank you for calling Minnesota Online today. Yes, have a nice day.
The call center's there, it's a helpline. They're there 7 days a week.
Live chat's a cool function we have here at Minnesota Online. You can have real-time conversation with an online advisor. It's a lot faster than email.
When I would take a class online, even though I never saw the instructor face-to-face, we were always on first-name basis.
Help was given by the professor online.
They actually do have an online lab.
We've had some group projects.
When an instructor assigns a group assignment, it's nothing to be scared of.
You have to be kind of fluid with email, know how to use that, know how to access a Dropbox. We have a thing called Desire to Learn D2L sites.
You have email access, you have the discussion groups.
We've had message boards and some discussions that way. It's not something you say, and it's just gone. It's there on the discussion board through the rest of the semester.
The chat room that they can set up where it can either be private or public.
We could bounce ideas off of each other.
And it's like talking back and forth even though you're not in the same room.
Pretty much supporting each other, so it did feel like a classroom setting.
You often find people that just have the same interests as you.
We're all connected through Minnesota Online.
It's just so easy.
It's not hard at all. You just have to be a little ambitious, which is not a problem for most college students. That's why we're in college.
As an online learner, I think we need to keep in mind that we're doing this for ourselves. We're not really doing it for feedback from others. We're doing it for a bettering of ourselves.
People have been so happy with the quality of education, and when I did my clinicals, they were very happy with the education we were getting, and that was a real boost to us because we felt like we really were nurses.
I've earned my medical transcription certificate, so I am considering taking more online classes and having a degree.
I'm pursuing my associate degree in the Community Supports for People with Disabilities program.
Minnesota Online works for me in so many different ways.
If you keep yourself on task, you will definitely be successful. Absolutely no doubt. I do give credit to Minnesota Online for helping me complete my network administrator degree.
And for younger people, it works for them too. In fact, in my ethics class, there's a 17-year-old.
I have several friends that are doing classes online also.
It's been a great opportunity, a great pleasure, and an exciting time for me.
It's been a great time saver, and it helps that you can do the work at your pace.
I did it for me and not anybody else. And I loved that I could do it, that I had an opportunity to learn, to broaden my knowledge without having to be in a traditional school setting, because that would not have worked for me. It worked for me. It didn't stop me from doing something that I had a dream about wanting to do someday.
It worked for me because of family. I had two beautiful little kids. Because online is so straightforward, it worked for me.
And I'll be graduating in the spring. I really don't know where it's going to take me, but I'm ready to take that step when it comes.